Well, let's talk about Timothée Chalamet versus the ballet and the opera. Did you see that interview?
I did, and I saw the clip.
For those that didn't see it, basically he said, I don't want to be working in a ballet or opera or things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though nobody cares about it anymore. So the
Harsh.
clip went really viral. People were really, really upset about this, especially
Mhm,
because, like, with Misty Copeland, she was a part of the marketing strategy
mhm,
for Marty Supreme. So he
mhm.
sent her Marty Supreme gear and she like wore it while doing like her ballet. And so it was like, wow, like you knew that this just happened and then you turned around and kind of like dissed what she does and what everyone in the ballet and opera do. I do get what he was saying, but we won't get
Yeah,
into
I
that.
think he said it wrong, and, like, the rage bait clip, which is the whole
Mhm,
point, right? That, people just
mhm,
kind of went and cut that specifically, was made to just get people angry about that.
mhm,
But the whole interview itself, I mean, was him kind of speaking to he doesn't want movie theaters to go out of business or to become
mhm.
irrelevant the way that opera and ballet has. And I think he
Exactly.
is right about that, right? Where
Yeah.
there's only certain people that go to ballet or opera anymore. It doesn't seem
Mhm.
accessible. It doesn't seem as if,
No.
it's made for, normal, regular people to go to. That's the angle that, like, I saw it, as. And
Yeah,
then,
me too.
the New York Times then came out and wrote and said, this is like, what he meant. And like, it's actually
Mhm.
true. I saw today another a ballet performer came out on TikTok and said he is right. We do need to be more accessible. We do need to go after people that aren't our target audience in order to
Mhm.
expand and make ourselves relevant once again.
Yeah.
But yes, the way that he said it was a little bit more flippant than he should have done. And he could have
Totally.
been more clear about what he was trying to say, right? But I think he has been talking about this during Oscar campaigning. He was talking to like Matthew McConaughey. And I think he kind of just like, went with the vibe as opposed to trying to
Yeah.
get the
No
message
problem.
across. And I think this
Mhm.
is one of those things that is just showing how important it is to figure out how to say what you want to say.
Right. But I think it's also, like, I think people are being really, like, hard on Timothy right now
Yeah.
during the Oscar campaign. I
Hmm.
know my timeline is full of filmmakers and film enthusiasts and that, and everyone was just like,
Hmm.
"F Timothy, like, he doesn't really care
Yeah.
about the art. How could you?" And I was just like, "Guys, this is what he said is real." And
Yeah.
every day we talk about this movie tanking and this and that, and it's
Mhm.
like it has happened before in other arts, and that's literally just what he's saying, that he does not want this to happen with theaters. So I made this tweet not too long ago because everyone's always telling me I need to get on TikTok.
Mhm.
I need to become a content creator, like and right now, the only people I know that are, like, really making money, it is the people that are doing well on social media, but I always was like, "No, I'm an artist. I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna." I had a little bit of, like, an elitist view, and so
Mhm.
I was rewatching sorry, I can go off on tangents,
No,
but I
no,
was
this is good.
rewatching Singing in the Rain. It's a film about the silent film era, and then when talkies came out, you could finally have sound and sound design,
Mhm.
and all of this became a thing. And so this super famous actress was like, "No, no, no. I'm not doing a talkie. I only make silent films." And so she refused to conform, and her career just pretty much vanished. And the people like Gene Kelly and those that did adjust to like the talkies, they're they thrived. Their careers took off and the talkies became an even bigger deal than the silent film era. Do we as filmmakers need to become more encompassant of the TikTok and the content creation? Because if we don't, will it we end up like the character and kind of just like go off into the abyss of the unknown because we haven't tried to figure out how to adapt. So long story short, I feel like Timothy was saying that same thing. If the movie theaters do not adapt, then it could become this thing like the ballet and the opera. And it's not a diss to those things, but theaters are just this huge relevant thing and we want to keep it that way.
I mean, honestly, just hearing that makes me realize that he's not just talking about theaters, right? He's talking about movie stars, right? His whole
Yeah.
Marty Supreme campaign is that. he dove headfirst into being a content creator in order to
Content
get
creator.
his film, Marty Supreme, in front of people that never would have seen it before, right? Who's
It
going to come
worked.
out and see, yeah, who's going to come out and see an independent film about a ping pong player
Yeah.
that's like, really small that came out in the indie film festivals
Mhm.
and then he wanted to have a general populace come out and watch it. And so his whole marketing campaign is him being like, I know that I'm the star vehicle behind this. I know that
Mhm.
people will come watch me. So I need to put myself front and center in front of all the places that they're used to, which is on
Yep.
TikTok, which is on TV, which is on, creating merch, which
Yeah.
is doing this, Zoom video and all the stuff that like he has done.
Yeah.
You can relay back to that. And it's really
Mhm.
funny for him to be getting all these people shitting on him when he is walking the walk and actually
Yeah.
trying to change what he can do as a movie star to get
Mhm.
people to come see movies, movies that
Exactly.
people wouldn't see, right? And the thing is, he doesn't need to do this, right? Like nobody has been doing this. He'll be fine. He's going to be in Dune this year, like which everyone's going to
Right.
go watch because it's Dune, right? He's
Yeah.
obviously not going to do as much of the marketing campaign that he did
Yeah.
for
He
Marty
doesn't have
Supreme for
to.
Dune because he doesn't have to, right? Because that the movie studio is going to put the budget behind that, right? But
Mhm.
for Marty Supreme, he knew, hey, the movie studio is not going to put budget behind this, right? And if they are going to put budget behind it, then they'll give me more if I'm also putting myself out there front and center, right? And, shout out to A24 because they are one of the studios that's actually putting a little bit more money and a little bit more
Yeah.
creativity behind the movies that they're trying to promote. But
Mhm.
indie films are still indie films, right? And I have loved his entire like marketing campaign because he's going to the people, much as like we're talking about like the cloud ambassadors,
Yeah.
right?
I
He's
was
going
gonna say
direct to
it's
them.
right back to the quad thing. I think that that's just what's working right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he invited people out to come to see the movie with him. He had the merch shops and he was creating all these moments to create buzz, like, 2 months out from like the movie because he knew that he was competing against Wicked for Good and Avatar, right? Those were two tentpole films that were coming out in December. Where people are, tripping up on it is he's basically has been saying he wants to win that Oscar. Like
Yeah.
he has been a little like, a little arrogant. Yes, but also he's backing it up, right? Like look at
Yeah.
his filmography, look at everything
Right.
that he's
Okay.
done. And I think people want to cut him down, which is kind of
They
pissing
do.
me off because
It's
it's like
the thing.
his movie has like crossed $100 million like in America, right? This isn't even like international. This is in America, which has never happened before. Actually, one other movie, I forget what it is, but one other movie has done that. And his movie, Marty Supreme, has crossed that threshold, right? So
Mhm.
let the
But
man
it's
talk.
number 1 for A24, and so, like, what he's done is
Exactly.
really, like, remarkable.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I know that you said that you hear people on your timeline just kind of like,
yeah, they were so upset with him. I remember they were even upset, a lot of people on my timeline, because they were like, "Oh, he just adopted this, like, rap persona for Marty
right.
Supreme, and it was just a marketing strategy. It's not really who he is, and now he's back on his, like, white boy
Mhm.
phase now that Marty Supreme has already come out." But there's also, like, so many videos of this man in high school, like, doing
Yeah.
dances to
I
Soulja
know.
Boy, and it's like, "No, guys, he's dating Kylie Jenner, and he
Yeah.
loves her a lot." It's like, no, I think
Mhm.
he's always had this, like, urban side to him,
Mhm.
and he saw that this was the film that he could express that with. Like, he
Mhm.
can't come out with a rap song for Dune
Yeah.
or Willy Wonka, like, he can't do that, but he's with A24,
Mhm.
he's he had more freedom to, like, kind of be and do what he wants, and he explored that, and yeah, he doesn't have to always wear that mask. We don't
Mhm.
ask other artists like, "Oh, you did this for this marketing, you need to stay that way."
Mhm.
No, and so I
Mhm.
don't know, I just feel like people are being a little hard on him. That's
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
that he can back it up. He's a great actor, and he really does care about the art
Mhm.
end of the day, and he's just trying to figure out how do we keep this thing alive.
Mhm. I do want to shout out that the ballet and the opera have taken this as a marketing opportunity for themselves in order to promote themselves, which, good for them. You should use it for that, right? Because you probably weren't being talked about before anyway, which was his goddamn point, right? Um,
Right.
And so now I saw that, there's a ballet that's using Timothy as like a coupon code for like tickets. The press release thing, I think, is too much. Like, make fun of him a little bit, say, like, hey, yes, maybe people don't pay him as much attention to us. You know what? Shout out Timothy for calling attention to us
Mhm.
for the first time in how long, right? I did see other people posting on Twitter, which is, kind of ironic, saying like, hey, go watch this like movie about like ballet, or go watch this show about ballet. And like people are like, you get the irony, right? That you're telling people to go watch a TV show instead of
In that
going to watch
show.
the actual ballet. Um, which is kind of another point that he was trying to make.
Right, yeah.
So
Go
all in
watch Center
all,
Stage. What?
yeah, 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 exactly. So I think all in all, this kind of led to a bigger flurry than I think it needed to. I will be bummed if it kind of does affect his Oscar campaigning, just because I think he deserves it for the movie, for the film. I think this whole hubbub, probably did grow out of proportion because of the Oscar
Yeah.
campaigning.
Yeah, for
Um, and it's just like looking to cut down anybody at this point.
yeah.
But I do think that he is right in speaking to,
Oh,
movie
babe.
movie theaters, to movie stars, to everybody in the industry, to say like, hey, we're at an inflection point. Like, movies are not doing well right now. We
Mhm.
just saw the sell of like WB to Paramount, and everyone is already, expecting things to go more downhill. So if a movie star is out there and trying to put his reputation on the line, and it has been, right, with his own work, his own movie, then maybe they should all listen to him and like take his advice.
That simple. It really, really is. I don't know if he's gonna win the Oscar though, but he's gonna
Yeah,
win one
no.
one day.
Yeah. He will
He's
win
gonna
one
win
one
one
day.
one day
Mhm, mhm,
for
mhm.
sure. I don't know
Uh,
if this is the one, but
mhm.
it's coming.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, we'll talk about, Michael B. Jordan,
Yeah.
later.
The lessons from this is adaptability is essential.
So 2 lessons from me. One is, for Timothée Chalamet and anybody else that kind of like, is putting themselves out there, is to kind of think about how you're saying things, because he has said this point before. It's just this time he said it a little more harshly than he
Mhm.
has before. Um, and the second one is, when you do get, attention in this way, use it to the ultimate, the way that ballet and opera are using it now. Like, use this as an opportunity to promote yourself, which they have been, but I think use it with humor, and not to also then try to tear him down for all these things that are getting taken out of context because of like the drama and the rage baitiness that is happening because of it.
Mhm.